everyone and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd give you a quick update on the Twinchie album. Now at the moment I've got these absolutely huge rings in here, and I personally think they are a little bit of overkill. I don't think they need, these are 3-inch ones, so I might get some smaller ones, but they are quite useful for keeping it and being able to move around in it. So let me just turn those so those not in the way, and I can get around the book quite well, as you can see. So I've shown you some of these pages anyway, I don't know, and they're not all, I haven't done loads, but I can now work on pages separately without them being stuck in a book, which is the main advantage at the moment. And I've done a couple more pages this morning. They're not actually in the book at the moment, and I thought we would work on, I'm going to work on some, and I just want to know how long it takes me to do each one and how many years it will take me to complete the whole book. So let's have a look. So this is one that is the back page of here, and I'm working on Tracy Susan's wherever it's gone, Tracy Susan's entry. So that's what I'm doing. So it's a greeny themed one, and then these are sort of got greens and things in them, so I'm going green on both sides. I haven't done that on all of them because some of them have got, you know, a different colour card or what have you. Anyway, I'm going to use these. I love these prints, and I'm thinking this one, oh, if I can use it that way around I will. So I've got a template, so this is what I've been doing. I put my template on the reverse and draw around it, because that will give me the rough size that I'm going to be using, and I'll do the same for this. And I think I don't want to leave that bit and keep that bit. I think I will this one. So I'm going to put that on and draw around that. Hasn't got to be an exact science because I'm going to tear it now anyway, using my trusty ruler. Right, I haven't left myself a lot of room here to rip, but we'll do our best. And I'm not saving these little bits because I don't have the space or anything else. I've already I've already lost, I've told Kate Fletcher, I've lost Kate's card now, and I'm saving these bits. Okay, I don't know what I've done with it. I've put it, Kate's was one of the first entries, and right at the beginning I didn't know what I was going to do, whether or not I was going to I had no intention of putting the cards in the album at all. But then some of the cards, you know, as time went on, the cards were so good, I was thinking, what am I going to do with them? So I started keeping the cards separately, and then I've been back and I've been through all the cards and the Twinchies and put them together. And what have I done with that one? That's not that one. Oh gosh, I'm an idiot. I thought that was the print. I thought I'd lost it. I'm losing it for sure. Yeah, so, and I can't find Kate's card. It'll be somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it will be somewhere. But I feel really bad because I think I've got everybody else's. If you sent a card, there was no requisite to send a card, but I know Kate sent one because I can see it in my head. I know what it looked like, but I cannot locate it. I don't know where it is. And on my desk, I've got piles of stuff under my desk and piles of stuff on my desk. And I think when I've got this album done, I'll be able to have a massive tidy up. So I shall leave a space for Kate's. But Kate, I'm really, really sorry. I don't know what I've done with it. It's not the first thing I've lost. I do lose things quite often. I think I was telling Dee that I'd lost, I bought my husband, I had something made on Etsy for my husband for our 25th wedding anniversary, which was in August. And I had it done in advance because I don't, you know, I'm quite organised, she says, talking about losing things. So yeah, I bought it. Could I find it? No. I went through my craft room twice, from top to bottom. I went everywhere, and I was then convinced I must have thrown it out, even though I know I wouldn't have done, but just couldn't find it anywhere. And then our wedding anniversary came and went, and months went past. And it was either at the end of last year or the beginning of this year that I pulled out some cotton from the drawer that I thought that I would have put this thing in, because I've got a kind of drawer that has little things and stuff that I use all the time. Pulled it out, pulled the cotton out, and you know how cotton, it was metallic cotton, and you know how it unravels? Yeah, I was pulling it like a fishing line, and on the end of it was this gift that I'd bought for my husband, and I have no idea why. Twice when I went through that drawer, but I have literally, when I say the whole craft room, I went through every drawer, I went through every box, everything that I could think I'd have put it in to find it, and I couldn't find it. And then months later, there it was on the end of a piece of cotton, and it wasn't small, so, well, it wasn't huge either, but seriously, I don't know, gremlins in this room. So apologies to Kate and anybody else. If you see that I haven't got yours when I get round to it, then I'm going to apologise now. I'm apologising for a lot of things as well, because I frankly have butchered some people's cards. So you can cry and curse me all you like, but it was that or not get them in the album at all. You know, I haven't cut them in half, but I have trimmed things to get them into the album, because I'd like to see them. I'd like them to be there for me to sort of flick through and see together. So I do apologise if you feel like I've ruined your artwork. I do really, really apologise, but I just wanted to have everything, you know, together so that I could see it all. Right, so that's how I do the backgrounds. As you can see, I use a template, I tool around it with my trusty ruler, and then I've inked around the edges and put those in. The next thing I'm going to do is put some hole reinforcement things in. Now, I did jelly print some of these, and then I gave up because it was taking too long, and I thought this is just a distraction from actually doing the album. So I stopped doing that, and I thought I'll either jelly print more or I will just use a pen on them and do that, because some of them, you know, I needed orange. Well, I'm probably only going to use like 2 or 4 maximum orange. I think it's pointless doing a whole sheet of orange, isn't there? So I've used some markers on some of them, but where I can, I'm using up my jelly printed ones, because I think they go quite well. I don't know whether or not these will work very well. They're sort of only papery. I wanted paper ones so that I could jelly print them. I didn't want the plasticky ones, but now that I've decided not to jelly print, probably plasticky ones would have been better. Right, so that's the next bit. Then, right, I'm going to take these off here. I've stuck with glue dots people's Twinchies into their cards so that I've got them all. Right, so this is where part of the butchering comes, because I'm going to cut that off. That does fit on there, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to cut that off there. But some people's cards were very tall and I've had to cut borders off and things like that, so I'm very sorry. Right, I shall keep that. Now, I'm not quite sure what to do with that. I might sort of put it on and perhaps, oh, I'm going to need some space because we've got 6. This is my first lot of 6. Can we get 6? How do we get, oh, I know what I could do. I know. We could have 5 perhaps on there like that. Or we'll just fiddle around with them. Put maybe something like that. And then we could perhaps have one at the top and I'll do Tracy's name either like that, or we could go something like that and have it down the side, or we could have two. So this is another thing, obviously. Maybe I'll do that. I think that looks better. Do that, do 4, and do Tracy's name across there. Yep. So gluing everything on. And I'm getting through a ton of glue as well. I'm using Yoo-Hoo rather than my Beacon 3-in-1, because it is slightly cheaper. Right, let's leave a bit of a thing there. Okay, this is where it's quite difficult to stick the card on, especially if you've got something underneath, which I have. So I might just have to sit there for a minute, or do a couple and come back to it. I think I'll do them at an angle. And this one. Ugh. Stick that on there. Right, let me just... Oh, let me stick that one on while I've got glue everywhere. Just wiping the glue off my hands onto here. What shall we do? Put them at an angle. Right, maybe these will stick on now that they've had a little minute. And if I have problems with them, I'll get some heavy gel and stick them on with that. But hopefully these will go on okay. Be easier on this one because there's nothing on the back, but obviously I'm thinking about, you know, how these things progress through the album. Right, so that's hopefully that. I need to leave myself a little bit of space to put Tracy's name in there. And I've been putting channel names in, obviously. I wouldn't... somebody did email me and just check that I was not going to be putting their name on, which, you know, I wouldn't ever share somebody's details without without it being like common knowledge, if you know what I mean. If your name is I'm trying to think of a name that isn't anybody's name, Tina Webb, and that's your channel name, then I would leave that, you know, I'm going to pull that down a bit. I would leave that on there. But if your name is Tina Webb and your channel name is, I don't know, the Crafty Muppet, then I would put the Crafty Muppet on. Even if I know you very well as Tina, I can't even remember what your name is. That's how well I know you. Tina Webb, did I say? I don't know. So yes, that's what... So yeah, so I've only got people's channel names, or if I don't have a channel name and you've just told me your name because you don't have a channel, I've just put your name on there because that's all I've got. But I wouldn't share personal details with people. You know, I think I'm quite careful on my channel not to share. If I do know that I've done it, I tend to stop the video and redo it, or edit, even if it's edited badly. I tend to do that so that it doesn't, we don't have people's addresses and phone numbers and names and things thrown out. Right, so that's how we've got. Now I need the name. So the name thing, I've got another thing, another template. Excuse my gluey fingers. And I've cut some 1-inch strips. So with this one, I think I'm just going to go straight across. Some of them I've been going down the page at an angle, but this one I'm going to go straight across. So literally just to about there. So I'm using my template, which has got a kind of flag end. I'm not worrying too much about it either. I'm cutting that. I'm not inking around these. These are staying just as craft card because the album is craft card. And then I am writing people's names. Now, some of them I've had to write backwards because, and then I've started just going for it and not worry too much. So we've got Tracy Susan is quite long, so I shall have to do it, I think, a little bit smaller than, yep, I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to worry. So I want a T for Tracy, T, like, let's just, pen's not great either. What should I do with that? Let me think. Let's give it a thing like that and do this. There we go. I was wondering whether or not to do a different style T to the one that I was doing because it's like a capital, but right. Come back and put the other bits in it and just get the letters down. Let's have a think about an S. Not very good. I think I might just do I'm just going to do a curly one. Not very good with S's, even though S's are in my name. I'm just not. Let's do that. 2 S's as well, Tracy. Just to make it equally hard. Right, oops, that's gone a bit too far down. Never mind. Right, that'll do. Right, I'm going to go back in and add some dark to some of these. I mean, they're not perfect by any means because I just don't have the time to put you know, to devote perfection to every page. Otherwise it would never get finished. If I make it too hard for myself, then that would put me off as well. And I think I need a smaller pen for this next bit. So A's get 3 lines, N's get 6. And I'm going with a white pen. This sort of font type thing is has evolved the more I've used it. Okay, so let's have some hearts because they're easy to draw. Like that, and like that, and then I will just go round the hearts with a black pen in the order that I drew them because oh no, it's not the order, is it? But in the hope that they've dried in between is what I mean. There we go. And that's really what I've done with everybody's. And I need, so I've cut a piece of Amazon packaging to slightly, not as wide, and I haven't measured it or anything, and I'm putting a little bit of glue on that and just using that to lift it up off the page a very, very tiny fraction. And I'll just put the glue on that bit. And then that will go on to there, something like that. And that's Tracy's page. Hope you don't mind me sharing yours, Tracy. So that will go in the album like that. So now this one will go on the pile, and then this one will flip over and become the next page in the album. I don't know who's going to be next. Looks like a nice pink one, so I need to choose my papers and crack on. So thanks for watching, everyone. Just thought I'd share what I was doing, and interesting to see how long it has taken me. I've no idea, but it says 21 minutes, so with a bit of waffle, probably about 18 to 20 minutes perhaps per double page spread. So yep, better crack on. Speak to you soon. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.